So we're back, and in this video I want to bring up something really important. People ask me, okay, so how do you get started in the Airbnb business? So a lot of you have heard about opening up a business entity like an LLC, and then you want to open up your Airbnb business using said LLC. And as you're doing so, you want to establish business credit, right? So that you can scale and leverage other people's money, OPM. Okay, that's great. Where do you find and how do you select properties? That's another. Where do you find the cleaners? How do I get the furnishings? Are there business platforms that I can leverage to operate the business? Which platforms should I be on? All those are valid, but there's one key thing that I think that a lot of people are missing, and that is the mindset. The mindset of what it takes to actually do business. So the reason why that's key is because I'm never concerned with if you're a PhD, if you're an MBA, if you have a high school diploma, or you are a high school dropout. Determination, regardless of what your status in life is, will get you through. Determination is the key factor in becoming successful and achieving anything. And you can gauge success in different ways, however you'd like. Determination, though, however, is key. So how should we look at doing business? Well, one, it takes a series of things and steps to achieve success. You don't just arrive at success. If success was a book with 16 chapters and the 16th chapter is labeled success, that means that chapters 1 through 15 are a variety of failures. But the failures is where you learn, and then you know what to look out for, and you continue moving up until you reach success. And even success has a success, right? It doesn't stop, it continues. It goes as far as you'd want it to go, but it does start with the mindset that I'm going to build something that's going to last, and that is key. Building something where I can just hurry up, watch something on YouTube, create it, and then be done, and it's up and running tomorrow. That's not it. Because again, this is not a house of cards. These are not Legos. This is not Monopoly. This is real life. But you have to have the mindset and tuned a certain way so you can hone in on what it is that you're doing. Understand, you're not going to get there overnight. You're willing to put the work in, which means make your bones like we all did. But the good thing is you can leverage technology to be able to not only research and get your data, but also to execute your plan and eventually operate your business. So what is that mindset, you might ask? Okay, so that's what I want to share with you. Let's take a look. All right, I have a graphic that's on your screen. So at the center, we have energy. And the reason why we focus in on energy is because that's what it takes to fuel anything. For electricity, you have energy. For an airplane, you have energy. For the propulsion of a car or a boat, it requires energy. So those of you who are familiar with athletes, it's a certain level of energy that you need. And we have the maximum amount of energy in the morning time when we get up. So let's look at the daily mindset and routine. So we get up, and a lot of times the first thing we do is we'll go ahead and we'll just grab this little contraption right here and we'll start checking it, right? And we'll do that on the way to the bathroom to brush our teeth. Then we go to make our coffee, and the same little contraption, we're checking emails, social media, or what have you, right? And again, we've all done this. I've done this, right? I just want to be able to demonstrate the amount of time that these activities take up. Okay, so let's suppose we're checking emails and we spend a certain amount of time on that. This is our daily routine. Then there's meeting people that don't enrich your life. So like Les Brown says, OQP, only qualified people. It is important for you to get to where you're going to only have the type of people around you that you would want to emulate, that you want to learn something from. Like TD Jake says, you want to be the dumbest person in the room. If you're the smartest in the room, it's time to go find another room. But you need to grow. And you can't grow with having non-qualified people around you, people that don't add to your purpose in life. The other is other people's priorities. So you may get a phone call, and this happens to me all the time because I'm well-rounded, I'm multifaceted, I have many talents, and people will call on me to help them with a certain thing. And I'll stop what I'm doing to help them if I can see that I can get this done within a certain amount of time where I'm not too far off track. I help them, they go on their way. Now I'm back to what I'm doing. But sometimes we get caught up in those things. So that's a distraction. Obligations. Everybody has work. Everybody has children or a marriage or a relationship or a church or the bowling league or any number of things that exist in our lives, right? We all have that. And that takes away from that 24 hours that we all have, that same 24 hours. But it's how we spend it. Some people spend it differently from others. People talk about time management. You got to remember, sometimes these things are just terms, or maybe they're terms that are used in project management, but in your own life that is dynamic. It's not static. It isn't static at all. Just like the business that you're building and how it's going to operate day to day, week in and week out, it's not going to be static. Everything won't be just the same routine every single day. There are going to be certain things about your business, certain variables that will have to be changed to balance it just right. From sales and revenue to occupancy to maintenance to cleaning and all of those things that help run your business. Even looking forward to scaling. What area should I be in? Should I keep the same area? Should I expand into a new territory? Should I expand into a different class of Airbnb that I would like to have? So again, it's very dynamic. So with that in mind, we have to keep our priorities in check in order to get things done. All right. So judgment, the different decisions that we have to make and judgment calls that we have to make throughout the day to make things happen, whether at work or in our personal lives. Activities that don't align with your purpose. Again, I had someone that I used to work with, and he said that he set his homepage on his browser to blank, so no page would come up. So Yahoo wouldn't come up and MSN would not come up, where it has these headlines of all these different articles that are so enticing. Our psychology just picks up on it, right? And then we end up spending probably 15 minutes reading 4 different articles because the title was so enticing, but we've wasted time. So his little trick was open up to a blank page. That way I'm not distracted and I can open up my computer and get right to work. So good call. I'm going to move this out of the way. I use social media a lot. So between my businesses, we use social media a lot because we have a lot of content being pushed out to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and there are a few other platforms out there. So we go from creating media for the different platforms. We have to edit the content. We have to post a certain way. We have to create language for it. We have to interact with these folks. Meta. So on Facebook, we do a lot of networking on Facebook, especially in the real estate realm. There are a lot of resources out there where you can connect with groups of people at one time and get a lot of information of what you want, get some insight, get some tips, tricks, hacks, and all these other things, just like you guys are doing right now. Doing things that do not align, push, or promote your purpose in life. I used to work with another guy. He would work diligently. And then let's just say around maybe 1:30 in the afternoon, he says, you know what? Let's check Facebook. That's what he would say. And he'd be on there and then he would talk to himself. He would say, oh, I can see what Susie is doing now. She bought a new boat. I can see Carl's son is having good grades and graduating from school. He would say, it seems like Jamie's going to a bad spot in her relationship. I don't like these posts. And then about 5 minutes later, he would say, okay, back to work. And he would go back to work. And that was his Facebook time. Now, at home, I'm pretty sure it could be something different, but he understood it. So here, this is the agenda. And although we can take a breather here and there, we have to stay on course. Now, be patient with me. You might be asking me, what is all of this about? Well, I'm about to show you. Hold up. Okay, so now let's take a look at this graphic. So this graphic represents here the same amount of energy that we wake up with in the morning time, right? This is the same energy that we're going to optimize, maximize, and leverage to achieve whatever it is that we're going to achieve. An athlete uses energy, a boat, a car, an airplane uses energy. The ocean has a certain momentum and energy about it. The sun, the moon, your home, in order to power it, you need energy. So the energy that we all wake up with in that same 24 hours that we all have, even though we may use it differently, it starts with that energy. So in this graphic, what we have is a straight line from that source of energy that's pointing to our goal. In the middle above that line, what we have is priorities. Below that, what we have is purpose, right? So we need to arrange and order our priorities every single day, daily, sometimes even throughout the day, to align with our purpose. So whatever we have to accomplish today, we should get done today. You won't believe how important it is to sometimes separate yourself from all of the other distractions that we just saw in the previous diagram so that we can push forward. And this doesn't just help you with an Airbnb business. This helps you with focus overall in life, whatever your goal and purpose may be. But this is the key here. It starts with this. And guys, I just wanted to share that with you, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.